we are going to talk about the life cycle of the viruses. So viruses actually they have two life cycle. There are two stages. Okay, viruses they have a lytic and lysogenic. They opt lytic pathway. Okay, and the one other life cycle is lysogenic. In lytic pathway, what happens? The host cell get damaged. Host cells damage. This I will explain it to you. Okay, they get damaged. And in lysogenic life cycle, what happened? The host cell are not damaged. I will explain it to you. They are not damaged in lysogenic pathway. What happens in the lytic pathway? The host, this DNA or the RNA of the virus, once it get entered into the host cell, it take control of the machinery of the host cell. Correct? DNA, and the DNA of the host cell start making copies of that particular virus, and the number of the viruses they increase, and ultimately they increase such a big number that ultimately the cell burst. So that is why it kills the host cell. So a lytic pathway kills the host cell. Correct? Now
Yeah.
there is a lysogenic pathway also. In a lysogenic pathway, the bacterial cell does not, the viral cell does not get control of the, it does not get the control of, for example, this is bacterial DNA. Correct?
Yeah.
This is bacterial DNA. For example, this is bacterial DNA. Okay, in this bacterial DNA, the viral DNA will get incorporated, it will get inserted into this one, it will remain here. This is viral DNA. It does not contain, maybe it is the viral DNA. It will get incorporated into the DNA of the host cell in
Okay.
lysogenic, okay, pathway. If the, I will explain it further, but you just remember in lytic pathway, what happened? The DNA or the RNA of the virus control the machinery of the cell, host cell, control the nucleus, and nucleus of the host cell start making it copy, and ultimately it burst. Correct? You understood this part. In
Yeah.
lysogenic pathway of some of the viruses, what they do once their DNA or RNA is inserted, it get incorporated into the DNA of the host cell. So it is now hidden. It remains hidden. For example, this is the host cell, correct? It will divide. For example, it will divide into two host cells, two daughter cells. This is the cell. This is the cell, correct? Now this is very interesting. So it will again, it will be just 1 minute. It will be like this. Just imagine. It will be like this. It has made its own copies, correct? The same, but the virus remains inside. Please make note of this thing. So the virus, it is still here. So it will be moving from one cell to the other. It will not damage. It is actually hidden. You understand? Did you get this
Um.
point? In lysogenic pathway, the viral DNA or RNA does not damage any host cell. Instead, it becomes the part of genetic makeup of host cell.
Okay.
Make note of this part. Understood?
Yeah.
It will continue like this. These are the cells. They will multiply again. So for example, these are the white blood cells. These are the white blood cells, okay? And these white blood cells, they seems normal. They seem normal, but actually they have one bacterial DNA present in them. It is spreading slowly, correct? You
Yeah.
understood this point, isn't it? Now, once we are talking about anyone, God forbid, if someone get in touch with HIV virus, okay? HIV
Okay.
virus, for example, one person, this is the person, he came across with one virus, okay? Now, today, for example, okay, this fellow, if today this fellow came across HIV virus, yes, the symptoms of HIV AIDS, they will appear only after 10 years. For 10 years, the HIV virus, it will be spreading in each cell and it will be spreading the way I told you. It will become part of the DNA, but it will not do anything. You understand?
Yeah.
It will become the part of the HIV virus. It attacks the white blood cells only, correct? So
Yeah.
all, for example, this is white blood cell. So all the white blood cells, they will be having a small section of DNA or the RNA of the virus. For example, this is DNA of the host cell. Yes. So it will get incorporated with every white blood cell will be having a small portion of viral DNA. So once after 10 year, what happened? After 10 year, this DNA, which is actually harmless, yes, it is
Yeah.
hiding. It become the word that we have to use. It become virulent. Virulent. It become enemy. It become enemy. Once it become enemy, what will happen? This DNA which is present inside each host cell, it will start controlling the DNA and it will start master slave relationship will start. It will start producing lot of viruses and ultimately it will burst. The same story that I told you before. Okay, so now you see the here. So look here, the lysogenic cycle. Lysogenic cycle, the DNA become part of the host cell. It is continuing, continuing, continuing. So at any time, this cell, maybe any of the cell, it will turn into lytic. I told you before. So lytic cycle
Okay.
already you know. In lytic cycle, once the virus decide to go for the lytic cycle, it straight away damage the host cell, correct?
Yeah.
But once there are few viruses who wait for certain period of time, as I gave you the example of HIV virus. Once the HIV virus enters into any body, it start to hide in the body, start to spread slowly and slowly into the cells, host cells. Once those cells, it is completely spread and all of a sudden they start becoming lytic. So in this way, they start master-slave relationship. This is master-slave relationship. Here, what is this? Here it is hide and seek. The DNA of the virus, this yellow color, it become part of the DNA of the host cell. It keep on multiplying like this. All the cells like this. This is one cell. It will divide into two, two into four. Every cell will be having the DNA of the virus, but it will not show any kind of problem. But all of a sudden, for example, these are the bacteria. The cell, this cell, it will start behaving like this was lysogenic. Yes, it will start to become lytic like this. The host cell will separate the host DNA and the viral DNA will get separated from each other, and this DNA will start controlling the DNA of the host cell, and the lytic cycle will start like this.
Okay.
Any problem?
No.
This is easy, very easy. So you just, the viruses, they spread by lytic and lysogenic pathway. Lysogenic pathway is actually harmless pathway, like where the virus only hide. While in the case of the lytic, it is virulent. Virulent means very dangerous enemy and it kills the host cell. That's all. We are done with this topic.
Okay.
Okay, this topic we are done. So now
Okay.
did you write anything?
Yeah.
Can you share it with me? Send it to me in the WhatsApp. Click a picture.